Hello again. Welcome back. I'm making my language learning resources video. So next up we have resource for language Chinese. ASIML. This is volume 1. Like I said, the ASIML courses are very good. And here's the thing about here's one good part about the ASIML courses. Look at the dialogues in Chinese. It has the Chinese script to the top, and then it has the romanization to the bottom. So you don't lose anything by using the ASIML courses, because they always give you both scripts, the romanization and also the Chinese script, the characters. So we learn the language pretty easily there. Like with every course, they have illustrations, and they also one other fact that they do is they explain the grammar in the notes section. They explain how the language works. So if you can go through one of these, you will probably have a good basic grasp on the language. You will definitely have to buy the second volume to increase your knowledge, and also your knowledge of the characters as well. And you will definitely have to try to listen to the language as much as you can and read as much as you can in the language. Okay. Secondly, I bought. Well, let me go on to the next ASIML course here. New French with Ease. Very good ASIML course. Yeah, I'm going through this at the moment. I'm so excited about learning French. Like, this is one of the languages I really. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked that button. So yeah, this is one of the languages I really want to learn. French. This is a good ASIML course, by the way. It's very good, very good. Café. This is one of my favorite dialogues. Monsieur, vous désirez du café, s'il vous plaît, et du croissant chaud. Et vous êtes anglais? Oui, je suis London, pardon, Londres. Mais vous parlez bien le français? Mais vous êtes gentil? Non, les Français, nous sommes tous gentils. Pardon, monsieur. Voici les cafés et les tartines beurre. Et alors, où, où sont les croissants? Excusez-moi, monsieur. Et dépêchez-vous. Alors, vous êtes sûr qu'ils sont toujours gentils, les Français? If you understood what he said, the guy was basically telling him, at the beginning, the guy was just telling him, the French are so nice, right? And then he goes back and says, after the guy just brings him the coffee, but he doesn't bring him the butter and the slices of toast and butter. He basically tells him, the French guy, they basically tells him, get it and hurry up. And then he turns to the other guy and tells him, you sure the French are always nice? So it was very and it's cool because look at the it's supposed to be a dining setting, but look at the cartoon for it. It's alors vous êtes sûr gentil sont toujours sorry. What? Oh, alors vous êtes sûr qu'ils sont toujours gentils? Are you sure they're always nice? That was the dialogue for the cartoon for it. which didn't match with the dialogue at all, but it's pretty funny. Oh, another cool feature of the Asimil series is that they give you on the one side they give you the language in the target language. On the other side, they give you it back in the language that is a native language, the language that you bought the book in. So that's pretty cool when you're looking for the actual translation right away. And it doesn't distract you from learning the language, because sometimes I even forget that the English version is on that other side of the book. I totally focus on the language, and yeah, only when I don't know certain words, I go back and I actually go back and look at how does it translate into the language. Okay, so now I bought some books in the target language. For me, this is Spanish at the moment. I read a few books. Well, I read one book in Spanish before. It was definitely a good experience, because it made me feel good about myself and good about my learning. That I can actually read a book in Spanish and understand what's going on. That was pretty good. Yeah, the entire thing is in español. The entire thing is in español. El día que lo iban a matar, Santiago Nazar se levantó a las 5:30 de la mañana para esperar el buque en que llegaba el obispo. It's pretty good. I guess it's a pretty good story. I haven't read the whole thing yet. I just needed to buckle down and kind of talk a lot. I bought that in the Bahamas, where I am right now. I bought this one when I was in Cuba, Leyendas Cubanas, Cuban Legends by Salvador Bueno. Again, is totally in Spanish. Everything is in Spanish. I can't wait for the fluency to be able to read that. I guess I'll just have to wing it until I can bring it. Okay, so another good course material you can use to learn languages is the Teach Yourself series. I bought a couple books in the Teach Yourself series, but even though I don't like the layout myself, I think it's a very good series to use, especially if you have certain stuff that you wanna like progress in. Like, for example, if you want to learn more about if you want to learn more about a certain tense or something, you can go straight to that portion of the book. I bought this book for German. What I don't like about it is that it doesn't have the bilingual text format found in the Asimil books, and the recordings aren't totally in the target language. Sometimes you can find more English on the tape than actually the language that you're learning, and it kind of distracts you away from the language learning process. Kind of distracts you away from the process of actually acquiring the language, and you have so much English on the tape. You wanna actually focus on the language that you learn. Another book I got from my friend at work. I guess she was learning German as well. I think she was in Switzerland, so it probably would have been right. Yeah, so she gave me the self-teacher. I haven't gone through it yet. I think it's a cool book. It has the bilingual text format, but it has it underneath the actual dialogues. So yeah, I just have to go through it and just see what it's all about, if I can actually use it. I heard that Bullets were a good company to learn language from. Alright, so here again is my Creole Made Easy. A very cool book. I love the language. I love the Creole language because it doesn't have it has tenses, obviously, but you only have to use a word to introduce that tense. For example, If you want to say past tense, one word would introduce a past tense. Present tense and future tense the same way. You don't have to conjugate and conjugate and conjugate. The grammar is pretty simple. It doesn't have the same grammar as French, even though it is a variation of the French language. Is it reading? I don't necessarily know how to read it yet, but I will get to it. I'll make another video later.